Hello guys, welcome to another Zimaleta. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a pallet business. Are you thinking about starting a pallet business? Well, I want to explain to you guys something from experience. What's the reality of actually doing a pallet business? I'll cut to the chase. The money is there, but not like they're telling you. You're not going to be making like $1,000 a day if you've been doing your research on YouTube. And I don't recommend you take an $1,800 course. I'll tell you everything you gotta know like in this video. Of course, if you want to know like, I don't know like what they really teach you in a course, but the course is not going to actually make you the money, okay? Like you can't sell somebody the course and that's how you get the business. You know, it's just a know-how and the experience comes later as you're kind of doing it. But anyways, is the money there? I suppose so. Like, you can make about $100 a day, $120 a day. Let's just do that. So I'm saying that to the people that mainly have sprinters on this channel. I actually have been doing it with my own sprinter. I've tried it out and stuff like that. And no, I'm not going right now to be picking up any pallets. I'm actually doing another business. I kind of put that one to the side. I didn't quit it or nothing, but let's talk about this. In a single sprinter, if you got the long one, a long wheelbase, like 158 wheelbase, 170 wheelbase, I don't know why that confusion, because they're both 14 feet long with about 6 foot, height. So you can fit inside about 60 pallets, give or take, depending on what size. That's what I'm actually was able to do myself. So here's how it all works. I'm gonna cut to the chase and then I'm gonna break it all down, okay? So you get 60 pallets in there and then you take it to a pallet yard, and the pallet yard will actually buy it off you for $2 to $2.50 per each pallet. In some cases, certain pallets, like if they want a specific pallet, they'll pay you like $3 for them and $4 a piece for those pallets, okay? And then there's these other places that will pay you $5, $50, $6, $7 a pallet, okay? That's how that works. And you might be wondering, how much does the actual pallet cost? Well, some of the pallets that I actually delivered said $15 on them, $20, and $25. That's as high as I've seen them. So, which tells me when they were brand new, they sold them approximately for that much money. So that makes kind of a lot of sense when they're trying to get it off you. Even at $5, they'll still be making some profit. Let's say they'll sell it for $10 as it's a used pallet, then they're gonna be making some money. So anyways, here's some of the things I want to clear up. When I did my research, a lot of the videos that I ran into, it's like, man, you're gonna come there to the pallet yard, man, they're gonna have so many pallets and they will love you, they will load you, they will basically like they just want to get rid of all those pallets, they just want to get them on, your truck. They're gonna load you, and then you're gonna go 2 miles down the road and then you're gonna deliver these pallets, and boy, you're gonna be like making like $5 a pallet for them, and before you know it, you're like making like $4, $5, $6, $800 a load, depending on how big your truck is. And man, you could be doing it all day long, but no, I'm not doing it all day long. I just do it like a couple times a week. Maybe you heard that before. It sounds so reasonable, and it seems like that's exactly what you're going to be doing. But no, that's not how it works. I live actually near a big city. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's fairly a big city. I think it's like number 4 city right now in the country that is growing. So there's a lot of shipping going on. There's a lot of businesses going on. Same thing goes for South Carolina. I also live right now 1 hour, which is like 40 miles away from Charlotte, 40 miles from Columbia. And then I have all these other cities around me, okay? Plus, including my city has a lot of shipping going on as well. So, that being said, I found some places that is like a gold mine. It's like I went there and then they had like all these pallets, bunch of these pallets, okay? And then I asked the guy and I said, listen, can I get some pallets? He said, take as much as you want, okay? Now that does happen. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So I was always going to this place, and I would pick up these pallets from there, and then, I would take it to the pallet yard. I took it first to one, and they said, well, these are 45 by 45s. I'll get them off you, but really we deal with 48 by 40. I'll give you like $2 a piece for them. That's really what he was giving for anyone, like 48 by 40. He don't care, you know. He just took it off me, just trying to be nice. So then I found another pellet yard the next day, right the next day. That was my first day at work. I already made 120 bucks, okay? Which is kind of good, you know, because if you think about it, even if it's $100 a day, you know, easy math, that's $3,000 a month. So a lot of educated people don't make no $3,000 a month. But, you know, I'm trying to be like realistic with you guys. You're not gonna be like making like $20,000, $30,000 a month, okay? This is for when your business like really grows and that kind of stuff. Another thing I want to actually clear up, okay? You will need a place to bring all the pallets to and sort them. You just can't simply pick up pallets from one pellet yard and take it to the next. This is not how it works. Unless you get super lucky, that place only has, let's say, 48 by 40s, and they're all clean and they're nice, they're not beat up, they're not broken, they're like A grade pallets or like #1 grade pallets or whatever. And then, if you found your own customer, which will not be a pellet yard, which will not be some other middleman, and they buy it straight off you, okay? Now, that right there does take about 26 years of being in business, which this person that really talks about it, really nice guy, he's been on a lot of different channels talking about this kind of thing, but you always have to listen to the person that's talking, and he's been in business for 26 years. In 26 years, I'm not surprised if he's got several of those places and connections and a bunch of pickup points. That is experience and time. You cannot sell that experience and time in a course. That just doesn't work like that. Your experience and time that you actually do in business will be your experience, and everybody does it differently. Somebody out there might be like a ruler, like a go-getter, you know, maybe like first week he's gonna get all kinds of clients. The next person, man, he does not even know how to ask for clients. He does not even know like how to really approach these businesses, okay? I, on the other hand, I'm able to simply go to the companies and I could ask them, okay? This is how I found the $5 and $6 and $7 places, okay? But this is how that works. They're like, we only deal with people that bring us 500 pallets at a time, okay? So if you cannot bring in 500 pallets at a time, well, no business for you. Guess what, guys? I already collected over 500 pallets in my yard. So I kind of have a pellet yard myself because I have a commercial zone property. So I quickly realized after second day of doing this business, not every pellet yard is treated equal. Like that one pellet yard only wanted 48 by 40. The next day, I found a place that they pay more for 45 by 45 and 44 by 44, and they want 42 by 42 and 40 by 40. Like they wanted these type of sizes, you know, like pretty much like squares. And they don't want all of them, you know. And if you bring 48 by 40, they'll take them, but they'll pay you like $1 a piece for them. And even that same place, they offer $3 a piece for 48 by 40, but they did not pay me that. And it's like you have to take a picture of your pallets and show them what you got, because they will treat them as like, you know, kind of like basic pallet, like, which is, you know, it's okay. It's like, it's not that great, but technically they'll, you know, for A grade pallets, they're gonna give you like $3 a piece. So that was a pretty good location that I went to, and I found a lot of different places. All it takes is like some just searching and some calling around. I found a bunch, and I made notes on my iPhone, all of these different pallets, places, how much they paid, their phone numbers, their addresses. I even found customers that I was picking up pallets from. Found a lot of this type of places. But I'll tell you this, guys. The very second day I went to deliver pallets, I brought a bunch of 45 by 45s, and I had like, I think like 20 48 by 40s, okay? So out of those 20 48 by 40s, the guy said he only wanted 10 of them, and he only paid me $1 a piece for them. Because, you know, I really don't know what the heck he's doing, because he's writing things down, he's really not talking to me, and I'm, you know, so when you're all done and stuff, they take your old pellets away, they give you the receipt, and then you go to the office, and then you go ahead and cash it. So I made still $120, you know, doesn't matter. There was 10 pellets that I had to take with me, so they only took like, I think like 50 plus pellets off me. So the other 10 I decided to take with me, because yeah, they're like trash, you know, we could like dispose them for you, but there's nothing wrong with those pellets. It's basically still wood. It's just not what they're looking for. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so basically every single day pretty much from then on looks just like these 2 days. So then you start going around, and now the place that I was picking up from, they had a gold mine of pallets. Well, firstly, The 45 by 45, they didn't have that many of them. They had a bunch of these other sizes that nobody really wants, and you can't really take those anyways. So somebody else obviously is picking them up, because guys, there's so many people in this business like you won't believe. Okay, this is one thing they don't tell you. There's a bunch of people doing this business. I mean, come on, anywhere where there's like free cheese, you know, people gonna be doing it, and there's a bunch of people doing it. I know one thing is, if you're in a Sprinter van, you're kind of like incognito mode, you know. Nobody can really see you doing pallets, so you kind of get into places and get out, you know, like I'm talking about the competition does not see you, which is kind of good, you know. I'd like to stay away from the competition, like they don't see what the heck you're doing, you know. So to me, that's good. Like, I like to do things like privately. I also made business cards that, you know, say I'm in like pallet business, and that I didn't say that I sell pallets, but I put down there, you know, free pickup of pallets, you know, that kind of thing, to give to businesses. And they say, oh yeah, we're gonna call you, and this and that, another thing. So anyways, this is back-breaking work. Like, you're gonna be unloading the pallets yourself, and you're gonna be picking up the pallets yourself. So nobody's gonna be loading you, and nobody's gonna be unloading you. So yes, if you have, like, let's say, like, everything sorted, right, on the flatbed type of, you know, like not a Sprinter, like a flatbed, they could come in like from the side and grab it. Yeah, they could do that part, you know. But let's say like in the Sprinter, sure, you could also do the same way like you should expedite. You could remove the last pallet, and then you have to remove the next pallet by pulling it. They can help you do that. But when you're gonna start loading pallets, some of them you're gonna put to the sides, so you need to kind of like remove that, clear some room. So that's gonna happen. But then they want to measure every single pallet you bring in. So you're gonna be like, you know, measuring them and stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's a different size. You need to sort it. Like, that's gonna be like a 48 by 48 by 48, let's say, okay? And 45 by 45 can go on top of each other. Like 44 by 44, 45 by 45, that's fine. You know, you could kind of get away with it, but they're still gonna, you know, want to know the size. So basically, you have to sort everything either at the site, but it's better to sort it not at the site, because if you don't sort them, you're gonna be coming in with, let's say, 60 pallets. You're gonna be driving out of there with maybe only half of them sold, and the other stuff nobody really wants. So now you're limited with space. You can't really go pick up pallets. You know, that's the thing. All right. So next, I want to talk about finding the places that actually gives you pallets. That actually was not as challenging as I thought. The only thing is, nobody's gonna be loading you. Like, that's the only thing. And because it's back-breaking work, it's a lot of like lifting all the time, and you're gonna get stronger. that's for certain. I know I got stronger. But when you find these places that give you pallets, like for instance, I went to this one place, they were selling like landscaping stones, and I was just driving by the place, and I see they have like a bunch of nice pallets stuck over there. So I get in there and I said, hey, you know, what do you guys do with your pallets? Simple question. Hey, what do you guys do with your pallets? You know, that kind of thing. Or unused pallets. What do you do with your unused pallets? But simply just, what do you do with your pallets? And they said, like, they already knew like where I'm coming from, you know, because obviously somebody else done it before, so they already knew what I was about. They're like, yeah, you could get those over there, but don't get those other ones. So basically, they separate the stuff that they want, that they use, which is all these nice pallets and even sizes, you know, for their business. And stuff that's uneven, they, you know, they put them to a different place. So I went up there, but bunch of pallets, I actually loaded my whole van, and that's it. All the pallets disappeared. I loaded my whole van, and they're gone. But every single pallet was a different size. Some of them were broken. Well, most of them were broken. And I couldn't take none of those pallets to sell to the next place. I had to take them straight back to my home. So this is another thing that they don't tell you about. You know, oh yeah, like you're gonna go 5 miles away from your home, find a place to pick up the pallets 2 miles on the road. You're gonna deliver them. You're gonna get you $800 or $500, and then you're gonna drive back home. You know, like, wow, good day, awesome. Well, not in my case. I gotta drive 1 hour. Firstly, let me tell you this. Okay, let me just break it down. About 15 miles away from me, I found a place that had a bunch of pallets. and I could always go there and pick him up. Okay, so I would go there. It would take me about 45 minutes to load. So from the time I left my home to the time I made it to the place, takes about an hour, because I'm loading everything myself. Then I gotta drive 1 hour to a little bit more, like 1 hour, maybe 20 minutes to a pallet place, okay? And then I gotta wait sometimes 20 to 30 minutes till the guy shows up. And they're not open all day. I think they close like at like 4 o'clock. And if you come there at 4, nobody's gonna really even deal with you. So, that being said, this really shortens your day, because if you just spend all that time and you drove to, to that place, now in order to get back to that other place, it's going to take you another hour and another 45 minutes to get loaded, and then another hour to come back. Before you know it, you're already missing 6 to 8 hours out of your day. So at most, if you're going to treat this like an 8-hour day, you could do this 2 times a day realistically, unless you're lucky enough and you find a place that is very close to you and you're just like all set up, because people live in all these different locations, But that being said, so I was delivering Charlotte, so I'm thinking, I'm already in Charlotte, I'm gonna go ahead and find a place to pick up pellets from. This is how I found that place, by the landscaping place, and then I found some of these other places. But most of these places that I found, man, they got anything from very long pallets to very short ones to very little ones to any different size. So, there's customer for every single pallet, but mostly those little ones, nobody really needs them. But I'm sure at one point somebody's going to need them. So basically, you're either going to be picking up 1 or 2 pallets that is the correct size that you're looking for and moving on to the next place and leaving all those other pallets behind, or you're going to be picking up all of those pallets. And if you pick up all of those pallets and you drive around, you're still going to spend like, man, at least a couple hours looking for these pallets and putting them on your van. But now you got every single size of pallet on there. Yes, it's going to take you a couple hours to get all these different kind of size pallets. So imagine what's it going to take you to actually get the correct size pallets from going place to place. And some of these places, they really don't return your phone call. Like, I come up there, like behind the warehouse, I see they got a bunch of these pallets. Some of them are broken and they look like trash, but some of them are salvageable. And I'm like, I asked them, and they're like, oh, you got to speak to our manager about that. And, like, these are like going to the businesses, and then I would leave them my card and they say, yeah, we're going to call you back and blah, blah, blah. Nobody calls you back, okay? That's just how it works. In this business and any business, you got to be persistent. That's the only thing. So you got to go back and you got to ask and you got to talk and you just have to keep doing it. Like, persistency is key with pretty much anything. You can't be annoying. Persistent and being annoying is like 2 different things. It's like, so you just have to pretty much just do like, look at it as follow-up. You always have to follow up with these places and keep asking them until somebody says, yeah, And also, I've tried this other thing. I've tried going on Google Maps and just like scanning at satellite view all of these places that potentially has pellets. And yeah, I found like a lot of them, but some of them are corporate places, like they don't deal with like regular people at all, and it's tough to even get anybody on the phone. And then I found these other ones. They're like, oh yeah, where were you working with somebody? Found it like that. I even had some customer that I technically, it's my thing to follow up with them, but they got my phone number. They could have followed up with me. They're like, I brought them like 60 pallets because they're like, yeah, bring us some pallets, and I agreed with them like $4 or $5 a piece for them, depending on what they want. It was this place makes like cement and they make like cinder blocks. It's a different place, but those places need like heavy duty pallets. So they said, we need like heavy duty. So I brought heavy duty. Oh, we don't need that many. Can you drop off like 2 or 3 pallets with us? We're gonna speak to our boss, and we're gonna see if we need any more. Okay, I've done that. Guess what? I've never heard from them since. I could technically stop by and follow up with them, but I didn't. Okay, I could always go back, but that just goes to show that if you don't follow up, they're not gonna follow up. And imagine if they owe you some money, because some places they don't pay you right away, and you have to like wait for a check or whatever. Pellet yards, they pay you right away. Now, here's one thing to consider with the pellet place, and I'll give you a little strategy. Like for instance, the place that I liked and I was delivering, it was like $2.50 a pellet. Pretty much they were paying me. So they will only give you a check once per day. So once you take that check from them that very first time, that's it. You can't really be getting any more checks from them. So here's what I kind of came up with, like a solution. If you do have a lot of pallets and you want to take it to the pallet yard, you just don't take a check at first. Just keep taking those write-ups and just take it to the office and say, hey, here's what I got, but I don't need a check. I'm going to be bringing more in, and just collect them here, and then you could just pay me all at once. You could do that. But guys, you know what I found myself doing? I was working seriously with these pallets till 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I keep bringing them to my place, and I had all these different drives to do, and I keep sorting them. And gosh, I had so many different sizes. Like at first I was writing down all the sizes in every single pallet, but then I'm like thinking, you know what? Nobody's even asking for these pallets. Like really, the only pallets I gotta be looking for is, 44 by 44, 45 by 45, 48 by 40, 40 by 40, 48 by 48, I guess 50 by 50, if you could find them. Stuff like that. But there's a bunch of these oddball sizes that nobody really asks for, I guess eventually. So I stopped writing down all the prices. So all the pallets that I would sort now with those oddball sizes, I just put them on top of each other, and that way they don't take up any space, even though I have a lot of property to do that. But still, I don't want to have like one pallet here, one pallet there. One thing I found useful is that I do have a place to bring the pallets to. I cannot imagine if somebody doesn't. You're very limited then. You're gonna have to be extremely lucky to find that one place that's gonna supply you with the right kind of pallet. And you can find pallets on Craigslist and stuff, but they say pick up all the pallets. Like you just can't come in there and pick and choose what you want. Like they want everything gone. That does happen. And then think about the competition. They're gonna be going there as well. So it's like one of those things. If you don't have a yard, okay, to be sorting them and stuff, then my advice to you is don't take all the pallets when you come to a place. Only take what you need. But then again, that means you're sorting. Like nobody's gonna be like loading you. Imagine you going through the pallet. Each pallet you pick up, that's like work. You're not putting that pallet in, but now you're measuring the pallet, and now you're putting it in, and then now you take an inventory. I found myself doing an inventory, like writing down everything I got in my van, thinking that if I go to a place, I'll tell them, yeah, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like exact numbers, But I found that that's a waste of time, because nobody wants those sizes anyways. But the whole moral of the story is, this is back-breaking work for you guys. You will be working your butt off. This is work just like anything else. Yes, you're gonna be getting pretty good pay. I'd say if you're doing this once a day, okay, like I was pretty much doing it like pretty much once a day. It's because by the time I keep bringing those pallets to to my home and I sort them and stuff, well, I'm ready for the next day, but the place is already closes by 4. So anyways, that being said, you're gonna be making approximately between 1,500 to let's say like 1,800 if you're doing this like once a day. And this is if you have a Sprinter van. Like I've seen these guys, like seriously, doing it out of their pickup truck, and they have like, I don't know, like 15 pallets maybe stacked up next to each other sometimes. That's if they're lucky, if they got like a big bed. So that's like 30 pallets. So there's not a lot of money on that truck. Probably like $60. So the pickup trucks, they're not even that economical. So think about all the fuel he's using, how many hours he's working. By the time he's got, he's going to be done delivering. So out of 30, he's going to spend about $10, let's say, in fuel. So he does a couple hours of work, that's $10 an hour. So you could be getting paid $10 an hour somewhere else. As a matter of fact, my local Harbor Tool and Freight store, they're offering like $14.50 per hour. Or is it $13.50? Something like that. But anyways, I figured that's like a lot of money that they're actually offering. That's a lot more than I was paid when I used to go to all these different jobs. But that being said, guys, if you do hustle and if you start getting organized, you keep bringing them to your own yard if you have it, and you organize everything, then you could work out with some bigger customers, like the ones that takes 500 pallets. So now you're making like $5-6 a pallet versus getting only like $2.50 a pallet. So you'll make like double the money, But getting that many pallets will take time now, because now think about all this extra work you're gonna have to do. So it's like you're gonna have to go to all these places, get the pallets, load them yourself, bring them home, sort them, get everything ready. Just think about all that, guys. That literally will take you all day, every day to be doing that. And on top of that, when you get ready to sell 500 pallets to some company, you're gonna need to load all those back into your van. I mean, I hope by this time you have a forklift and like some kind of like, let's say like a straight truck, like, you know, like not like, you know, like a big semi truck, but like a straight truck, so you could put everything on top. Or like one of those like cube box vans, you just remove the, you know, the box from it and just leave like, you know, the floor. So if you have like something like that, so that's the only way it really makes sense, because that right there could be a lot of money all at once. You could just pretty much maybe find one day and you could just be delivering all these pallets all day, you know, to the company, like in a van, unless you have your own truck, which is, that's what they're really looking for, and you just bring in there and deliver everything at once. So what else can I really tell you with this? Because this is something I wanted to share with you guys first from experience. I decided not to really record me doing this type of thing, because I just decided to try it for myself and see if there was any money in it. Because really, getting pallets was starting the pallet business. The only reason I actually researched it is because I needed to find, not to do the business, okay? I didn't want to do the business portion, but when I was researching pallets and how to find them and stuff, I ran into some videos, but it's, you know, they weren't really helpful. If you want to find any pallets, you're going to need to talk to all these places yourself. You're going to need to find them. Nobody's going to find them for you. I don't care what kind of course you pay. But what I really need is wood from pallets, because I wanted to build my own shop from pallets, and actually I have enough pallets to do that. So yeah, that being said, when I found that many pallets, I was thinking some of these pallets that I found was not what I was looking for, and I'm thinking maybe I could sell them. And I found places that I could sell them to, and before I knew it, I'm like thinking, you know what, this might be pretty good extra side income, especially, let's say, for somebody, maybe their family is struggling right now because of this, you know, corona thing. You can technically supplement your income, you know, if you have the proper means of doing it, you know. If you're gonna have to go and rent a vehicle to do it, well, that's just gonna be more money that you have to spend. But you can technically make some rent money, or you could make some utilities money, like something maybe like to pay your phone bill, your internet, whatever. You know, you can definitely, you know, make money with that. But it can be your own, you know, type of business, but you have to be somebody that's willing to be working hard, you know, for that. And then if you think about it, there's other ways of doing the same type of work. I mean, doing like a business work and stuff, and it's pretty much it's a lot easier. Like for instance, I'll just bring this up right now. Expedite is actually doing pretty well. So you can simply, let's say, like, just to give an example, like back in the day, I had like these loads where seriously, like, this is how like my loads was. Sometimes I would go to a place, maybe I had to drive there 30 miles, and then I would pick up a load there. I would charge them $200-300 to deliver it literally 2 miles down the street. Okay, I didn't have to load anything, and I make my $300 by the time afternoon comes in. You don't get those loads every day, but you do get them occasionally. So that being said, if you are doing like pallet business in your Sprinter, you're better off, like locally, just finding a company that will load you, and you go around and you just pick up a load, and you might make like anywhere from $150 to, let's say, $300, even $500 in some cases, to deliver a load somewhere. So that's no longer backbreaking work. That's somebody loading you and then unloading you. So if you do have, like, of course, like a Sprinter van. Now, if somebody has a pickup truck, they're limited to what they could do. Yeah, they could do like a pallet business, but not everybody wants to work with a pickup truck. There is certain businesses that do, but really they don't pay as much, you know, anyways. But this is all I really wanted to talk about, you know, today. I hope this was helpful to somebody if you're thinking about starting a pallet business, give you some inside information. As you could see, I'm not being negative about it. I'm being realistic about it, because this is exactly what you're going to be running into, basically, as you're going to be doing this type of business. But Anyways, guys, take care of yourself. God bless you, and see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.